Welcome to the Motor City. This is Comerica Park. Labor Day baseball coming up on the show. It's the New York Mets and the Detroit Tigers. Well, Siggy, today we get the pleasure of seeing one of the hottest bats in baseball. His consistency at the plate has been remarkable.
Yeah, Boo, one of the toughest outs in the league right now. Sit back and relax because this guy's about to put on a show.
All right, we'll be back to get this one started after this. So just about set now. Today's starting pitcher, Matt Manning.
Well, that whip is just below the league average, and that's a good thing in this case, not allowing too many base runners. So on most days, he's going to go out there and compete and put his team in a position to win, and I expect to see that from him in this one today.
Leading
okay,
off
all
for the
set
Mets,
to go.
shortstop,
And stepping in for New York, Francisco Lindor. That one finds the zone, and we're underway here in September, the last month of the season. And that is cut on and missed. And it's 0-2.
I think he was sitting off speed there.
Foul ball, it stays 0-2. And he deals. That hit him. And the leadoff man is aboard to start the inning.
Leading off
Here's
for the
Brandon
Mets,
Nimmo.
left fielder Brandon Nimmo.
Pitch misses. Ball one. He was late there. Strike one.
I wouldn't throw him another breaking ball. Try to go again with the fastball, slightly elevated. He just is having a hard time catching up.
Next pitch is outside. Nobody out. Runner at first. Late with the swing there. Pickoff throw. Lindor back in there.
Runner, yes.
Runner on the go. Spoils that one, and it remains 2-2. And a swing and a miss. And one gone. Here's Juan Soto. Tons of pop. Right now he's third in the National League in homers. Lindor on the move. Pitch in for a strike. Safe at second, and he easily steals the bag.
I think that steal kind of sets the tone, not just for this game, but for the entire series. First inning, game one, so that kind of tells me they're going to be aggressive on offense and try to force the issue whenever they can.
Strike two.
Well, you know this guy wants to pitch out something that he can hit hard and drive over the wall, but you've got to set your sights down a little bit. You can't lose your discipline and go after a pitch that you just can't do anything with.
That one way inside. Swing and a pop-up in foul ground. And there's two down. Here's a Mets lineup now.
First baseman,
a guy who's been huge for them over the last month plus, Jeff McNeil.
Well, these days we know teams, they put a game plan together for every hitter in a lineup. But a guy like this, they circle him, make sure he doesn't beat you. So they put in a little extra time and effort on how they're going to approach him. He can be a huge difference maker when he's hot. So it's going to be fun to see how they try to work him right here.
Pete Alonso now in the box, comes up empty with a swing there. Lindor at second with two down. Swings and misses. 0-2 now.
Well, he's been aggressive right out of the box, and a smart pitcher is going to play off of that, especially when you get to 2 strikes.
Swings through it, and that's a strikeout. No runs on no hits, no errors, and 1 left on base. And now the Tigers get their first opportunity. No score. Back here in Detroit and towing the slab, Clay Holmes.
Yeah, he's definitely had a struggle so far this year, as evidenced by that inflated whip, but he's going to have to find a way to limit the base runners, put his team in a position to win a ball game. So we know he's prepared. We know this guy's a competitor, and we'll watch how he works in this one. Not showing great command so far in this at bat. 2-0 count. He's got to execute here, or this could get ugly.
Next offering is in for a strike. The Mets would love to build their case for the postseason with a win in this one. Got him swinging.
That's about as nasty of a splitter as you'll come
Batting
across,
second,
especially in terms of movement.
baseman,
I mean, that thing
Colt
tumbles out of
Keith.
his hand and just drops off the table at the last moment. If he keeps it down, it's just so tough to put wood on.
Colt Keith stands in here, takes ball 1 low. In the dirt, and it's 2-0.
Not much time left in the season now, Boog, and it can be hard to recover mentally when you lose games you should win.
Oh, gets dirty. Throw to first, and very nicely done for the out. Let's take a look at our lineup. The sluggers in this lineup might not be too happy about the fact that the wind is blowing in today, Chris.
Yeah, and you hear pitchers talk about how good it feels when the wind is at their back, and for hitters, you almost feel like beyond just the pitcher coming at you, you've got this other force coming against you. So important to try to get on top of the ball in terms of hitting line drives, maybe really hard ground balls with a good exit velocity that'll get you a base hit, because it's very frustrating. You just hit one on the
and he can't come up with it. Gets off a throw, safe. It was never going to be easy after the misplay.
We all know that that first inning can be a critical one in terms of guys settling in and the tone being set for the game. So this isn't what you're looking for on defense. 2-out errors are a lot like 2-out walks, but maybe even worse because your pitcher did his job to get what should have been the last out of that inning.
Kerry Carpenter stands in here, leaves that one off the inside. 2 gone, but the go-ahead run is at first. You're in game 1 of this 3-game set. That's down and in. A slider missed. On the ground, right side. They get the force. 3rd out. Tigers leave 1. We played an inning. No score. And welcome back to the ballpark.
For the Mets,
2nd inning set to go.
Mark
And now it's Mark
Vientos.
Vientos hitting 5th in today's lineup. And he's been on a good run at the plate, hitting over 300 in his last 10 games. 0-1.
Threw that fastball right by him, slightly elevated. That's a confidence boost for this guy out there on the mound. See if he continues to climb the ladder.
Next offering in there for a strike. And the count is 0-2. Patrick Johnson calling the balls and strikes.
Pretty standard zone for Johnson. Sometimes he might get a little jumpy, a little excited and expand the zone, but usually you at least feel like the pitcher on the mound is earning it. And that's important because you got to make players earn it.
Gets a piece, and it stays 0-2. And there's a ball.
1 ball, 2 strikes, the count.
Swing and a miss. Curveball in the dirt. Rogers down to first. In time to get him. One away in the strikeout.
You hear people talk about letting the ball travel so often in terms of a hitting approach, and that's a great example why right there. If he's willing to let that curveball get a little deeper into the zone before he commits, he's way more likely to recognize that it's making a beeline for the dirt. On the other side, still a nice two-strike pitch, though.
Jeff McNeil stands in.
0-1.
Swing and a miss.
0-2 is the count.
Fans another, and that's 3 straight strikeouts.
Well, I think that's a case of overthinking right there. You got 3 straight fastballs looking in the 0-2 count just to pour it back.
So up next, Francisco Alvarez.
Seems like he's making contact with everything lately. Working on a 5-game hitting streak.
He swings and fouls one off. Second inning here, no score. Fought off foul. Line drive, base hit right field. So he gets on base and keeps it going.
Really nice job of 2-strike hitting in that at bat. Anytime you rip a line drive the other way, you feel really good about what you did at the plate. You trusted your hands, you let the ball travel, and you took the barrel straight to it. That's great work right there.
Fouled off left side. That one misses, and the count is 1-1. Alvarez leads off first with 2 down to the inning. And that's in for a strike. Now 1-2. Cut on and missed, and it's a strikeout, and that is the inning. Mets strand 1. Bottom half of inning number 2. Here's Gleyber Torres.
Hitter, Gleyber
Holmes
Torres.
back to work. They tried to get him to chase on a slider down and away. And a strike to Gleyber.
This guy's sink has so much drop in it. It's almost like a split finger fastball. Instead of just weak contact and balls on the ground, he gets swings and misses.
1-2 now. There's the splitter in the dirt. Swing and a miss. Alvarez collects, fires to first, gets him. One away on a drop third strike.
Usually when you see several pitches, you're going to get at least one that you might be able to do something with, but they didn't exactly challenge him in any way right there, and really they just used his aggressiveness against him. I don't think he even got a pitch in the zone.
No, that's a good point, Siggy. He goes down on strikes, but not a single pitch was actually in the strike zone. And now it's going to be Jake Rogers.
1-0.
And the first offering is not close. Rogers launched a homer in his most recent game.
I got a ball, 1 strike.
Clearly he was sitting on a fastball right there and just ended up out in front of the slider. Hey, you can't fault him for his commitment. Now he's just going to have to battle with 2 strikes.
1 out, bases empty. Pitch misses there, and the count's full. On the ground, right side. And he takes it himself for the out.
Batting 7th, center fielder, Winsel Perez.
Winsel Perez up now for the Tigers, coming off a 4-hit effort in yesterday's game. Swings through that one for strike 1.
Wow, no fair right there. I mean, that slider didn't move till the very last moment. Incredibly difficult to pick that up.
Tosses across to first, and that is the inning. 3 up, 3 down for Detroit. We'll move to the 3rd with no score. Back here at the
Leading
ballpark,
off
coming
for
off
the
a
Mets,
series
center
where they were
fielder,
red
Tyrone
hot at
Taylor.
the plate, and a look at the numbers. On the ground, Ibanez steps on first for the out.
Now batting, shortstop, Francisco Lindor.
Francisco Lindor comes up to the plate. And that is out of play. Lindor recently taking home Player of the Month honors. Next offering is in for a strike.
And what a show he put on last month, Boog. Really impressive work at the dish. And I'm sure his teammates and the coaching staff appreciate it. Great having a bat like this in the lineup.
Got him. So he picks up his 6th strikeout of the ball game.
Left
That was
fielder,
a pretty good
Brandon
pitch.
Nimmo.
Top of the strike zone. We're seeing more fastballs in that location. Hitters, especially with 2 strikes, have to be ready to pull the trigger.
Next to hit, Brandon Nimmo. Late on that fastball.
0-1. Aye.
That one missed.
0-2 curve right there.
One ball,
Hitter
2
kind of
strikes, the count.
expects that, and good job of just showing that confidence and trying to get back into this count.
Popped up, foul territory behind the plate. Catcher tosses the mask, settles under it, makes the catch, inning over. Mets go down quickly, and we're still knotted at 0. And we're back,
Leading
ready to
off
go
for
for the
the
last
Tigers,
half of the inning. Now it's the shortstop, Zach McKinstry. On the ground to short, into the outfield, base hit. So a runner aboard to start the inning. Into second with a double, and they've got something brewing now.
First pitch swing in, went up there with a plan to be aggressive. Not much to this one other than just a
Batting ninth,
willingness to go
first
the other way and
baseman,
put the ball in play. That's a team at bat right there.
Ibanez.
Nice job of staying back and letting the ball get deep. Runner in scoring position now, and a good opportunity to push across the first run of the ball game.
Andy Ibanez, the next to hit, takes outside. McKinstry stands at second with no outs. The next offering misses, and that's ball 2.
Back-to-back breaking pitches away, you get the feeling as a hitter that the pitcher's afraid of you, that he doesn't want to challenge you. So I think the confidence level is raised right here.
And ball 4, 2 aboard.
Maybe a little loss of focus on the mound right there.
Up
Pretty much
next
gifted
for
in
the
first base with
Tigers,
a quick free
second
pass.
baseman,
And now
Luis
it's Luis Garcia.
Garcia.
Struck out swinging his first time. And that one fouled off. Still tied at 0. Last of the 3rd. This one popped up. And the infield fly rule called.
Batter's out.
So digging in,
Now
Colt
batting,
Keith.
third
0 for 1 so
baseman,
far.
Colt Keith.
The last thing he wants is to hit the ball on the ground, but I wouldn't expect
0-1
many
the count.
pitches up in the zone. They'll be pitching for a double play in this spot.
Inside.
And that's off the inside edge. And that's ball 1. That's a little bit low.
Could be some action here on this next pitch. Couple runners on. Probably a challenge pitch coming.
Runners at first and second with 1 gone here in the last half of the 3rd. A little out front there as he swings through it.
Definitely got the hitter conscious of the pitch inside. Really think the outer half is open.
Next offering popped in the air, right field. He's got it, and there's 2 away.
Up next for the Tigers, left fielder
Here's Riley Green. He's 0 for 1.
How many times have we seen an early at-bat change the course of a game? It happens every night in baseball, and maybe it happens again here.
Swing and a ground ball out to short. Throws to first in time. Out number 3. Tigers strand a pair, and we are still scoreless. Let's check out some notable MVP candidates so far this season.
Juan Soto.
Tied him up inside with that one.
Boog, over 80% of his first pitches are strikes. You're doing that, you could have a really good day out there on the mound.
Swing and a ground ball up the middle. In plenty of time to first. They get the out on Soto.
You got to give some credit to the
Now batting,
infield coach for the positioning on that play.
And now it's the polar bear, Pete Alonso. Scoreless here, but now he's got to deal with a guy who's got some power. Got to be careful when you're talking about a hitter with this type of slug and these type of home run totals. And that's in there for a strike, and quickly 0-2.
Well, we call that keyholing. Even though it's right there and looks pretty good, if he doesn't love it, he's not going to swing that early in the count.
One down, base is empty. And a swing and a miss. Beat him with a fastball.
Quite the start to this game on the mound. Looking very dangerous to these hitters. 7 punch-outs already. So this lineup hasn't had much success trying to figure him out. I'm impressed with what we're seeing here.
Swing and a miss. Oh, and he lost the handle on that one. And there's a foul ball. And a swing and a miss. And good work there as he gets a 1-2-3. Nothing doing for the Mets. Still no score. Back here at the ballpark, let's check out the latest news from around the league.
Right fielder, Kerry Carpenter.
First pitch doesn't find the zone.
Well, these Tigers, as this game goes on, have to be more disciplined at the plate. They're chasing a lot of pitches outside the zone, and those chases are turning into a bunch of outs. Can they turn that around and stay within the zone? We'll see, but I think they have to.
Next pitch misses. 3 balls, no strikes. Right through there for a strike. That one misses, so a leadoff walk.
Pretty easy walk right there. Last pitch wasn't even much to think about.
Now batting,
Gleyber Torres up to hit. He's 0 for 1.
Torres.
First pitch misses.
Way to lay off that pitch down.
That one finds the corner, and now it's even 1-1.
Generally, second, third time through the lineup, you want to be able to lean on those secondary pitches and command them. Looks like he's doing a nice job of it.
Swing and a miss, and that's strike 2.
With 2 strikes, may see some movement over there at first base, trying to stay out of the double play right here.
Swing and a miss, and he got him. And he's registered 3 Ks in this one.
Oh, that slider down and away. It's just kind of a slow death. With 2 strikes, you're looking to protect. And halfway to the plate, you know you've committed, and you know you're going to have no chance of touching it. Tell you what, sometimes you just have to tip your cap.
And now the catcher comes up to him. Jake Rogers. In for a strike. Went with the sweeper. Holmes ready to fire now. Ground ball left side, could be 2. To second, that's 1. Over to Alonso for the inning-ending double play. Nothing doing here this half. We played 4. No score. Welcome back. Quite a pitcher's duel so far. Here's how the starters have performed up to this point. Manning back to work. And that's outside. And it's 1-0. McNeil, multi-time All-Star, 32 years old, and he's driven in 8 runs over his last 10 games.
Good-looking fastball right there. Surprised he didn't take a rip at that. I think he got locked up a little bit.
Swing and a miss. And it's 1-2.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Ball 2.
Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Whip number 9 for him in this game. 9. And here's the catcher, Francisco Alvarez. 1 for 1 with a single so far. And a good fastball to start him off. That's strike 1.
The baseball's coming out of his hand very well. He's been able to paint all 4 corners, but really good ride at the top of the zone. Hitters have to respect that. Very difficult pitch to hit.
1 down, base is empty. And look out. That one gets him. The second man he's plunked in this one.
Now batting.
Here's Jesse Winker. His first at bat was a strikeout. Breaking ball inside. Ball 1. Misses the zone for a ball. That was the sweeper.
When you get ahead in the count, there's no doubt that the success rate goes up, and that's what he's been doing. It's made a big impact for him in recent games.
And he chases that one below the zone.
Well, he went inside a couple of times, and now outside. Hitter's not exactly sure where to look for this next pitch.
Swing and a miss, and now 2-2.
Man, he was really tardy on that fastball. Great job of setting him up by throwing the curveball. Add some velocity to it on the next pitch. Can't catch up.
That was the sweeper, but it missed. That's towards center. Perez sizes this one up. And there's 2 away.
Now batting, center fielder Tyrone Taylor.
Tyrone Taylor up now for the Mets. Grounded out his first time. And he hits a ground ball right side to first. That's out number 3. Mets leave one. Halfway through this one, still no score. We head to the bottom of the 5th. And the batter now, Wenzel Perez.
Wenzel Perez.
First offering in the dirt.
Well, these Tigers, to put it bluntly, need to put together more competitive at-bats, and I don't think they've lived up to their own expectations at the plate. They really haven't worked many deep counts or long at-bats, and that's fine if you're having a lot of success, but at this point, I think it's time to make an adjustment.
That just misses. 3-1. On the ground to the left, and that's just foul. Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. Fouled off again, and it remains 3-2. Line drive ripped down the left side towards the left field corner. Around first, heading for 2. And it's a leadoff double to start the bottom of the 5th.
Just one of those at-bats you almost hate to see come to an end. Really good swing right there. He got a pitch that he knew he could handle, allowed himself to stay back just a tad bit longer, and he hit the ball on the screws. A chance now to take the lead, and at this point in the game, that could be a deciding run.
And next up for the Tigers, Zach McKinstry. Doubled his first time up. Swing and a miss. 0-1.
He's pitching well, but not throwing a ton of first pitch strikes. Usually doesn't work out for success, but you can never predict baseball.
And a swing and a miss.
He's clearly out there throwing pitchers' pitches in this situation. First base is open. If he walks him, no big deal.
Swing and a miss at the splitter, and it's a strikeout.
Well, that's the effect of the splitter that you're looking for on the mound. Really nice pitch right there, and had him out in front over the top. I'm sure the batter was thinking he was getting something else, perhaps a fastball with a little more straight and velo to it.
And a swing and a miss. There's that slider.
1-1.
Oh, right to the backstop. Perez up to third on the wild pitch.
Well, he's got nobody to blame but himself. With one out, a runner on third can come home.
And that one almost hit him.
Straighten him up a little bit.
Right through there for a strike.
And boy, that was the pitch. 3-1. You want to be really aggressive on the fastball.
Line and a base hit into right. Run scores easily, and it's 1-0.
Well, there you go. The RBI machine. Another clutch run scoring at bat.
Yeah, he's been so good in these situations. Call it clutch if you want, but his resume speaks for itself. Garcia, the next to hit, takes ball 1. Here comes the skipper, and we're going to see a pitching change in this spot.
Now pitching for
Taking
the
over on the mound for the Mets, Paul Blackburn.
Still pretty early in the ball game, so this bullpen has some work ahead of them. Best case scenario might be if he can come in here and get several quick outs, kind of bridge the gap that starter left for him.
And that one is lifted in the air. Nimmo hauls it in, and there's 2 away.
Now batting, third baseman.
And up next for Detroit, Colt Heath. Check swing. He went too far, and it's a strike.
0-1.
Swing and a high fly ball right field. Soto gets under it, and that'll do it. But they pick up 1 run on the RBI single. It's now 1-0. Back after this on the show. We're back, and they make a change to start the 6th. The new pitcher, Brant Herter.
He doesn't get a lot of strikeouts compared to other relievers, so he relies on getting that soft contact and the defense doing work behind him. They'll have to be on their toes with him on the bump.
Nobody out, Lindor a chance to tie it. Comes up empty as he chases that one in the dirt.
0-1's the count.
That's not even close to the zone.
Hard ground ball, base knock. Off to a good start with a leadoff nod.
Couldn't have timed it up any better than that. He wasn't able to elevate it, but he put a great swing on it. Right on time, good balanced approach, and just blasted it through the infield.
No outs, runner at first. Now here is Brandon Nimmo. 0 for 2 in this one. That one's in there, and it's 0-1.
Well, here's a good opportunity in this inning to get on the scoreboard after that leadoff hit, and hardly order coming up right behind them. This is where they need to get going.
Swing and a miss. And that's strike 2.
Good pitch right there. Tied him up on the hands. If I'm out there on the bump, I'm going right back in there.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out.
Well, that at bat seemed to be over as soon as it started. 3-pitch strikeout. You've got to be better at the plate right